Hey there everyone, Courtney here from How to Loom Your Dragon. Welcome to part 9 of the tutorial for Firnen from the Inheritance Cycle. Alright, so in this part we're going to be doing the underside of his tail. Okay, so I will explain to you what I have done here. I'm using 5 out of the 6 rows, going down all the way on all 5 with 2 bands at a time. The middle row, again, is the light green, or so the Persian apple green, and then the other 4 rows are the peridot, dark green. For the horizontals, I took 2 bands at a time, put them across the pegs. So I did this side, and then I did this side. Alright, so first these horizontals, then these, all the way up, and then I put the loose bands on the edge pegs on both sides, except for the top and bottom pegs. Alright, so we're going to take our dragon, our very floppy dude, and we're going to take this out. Okay, so here is his chest. Looks like a boat. Okay, we're going to attach the 5 ends to these 5 pegs, taking off tying bands as we go. Alright, this side here we have to go through 8 of the loops. 2, 4, 6, 8. Be very careful as you pull this off. Make sure you didn't miss any. Oh my gosh. Lordy Lord, don't mess up now. Oops, I don't want that. Sorry, you don't want that loose band to be on that peg like that. There we go. Okay. So now I have 4 loops here. I want to get them all around the peg. So I guess I'll start with the bottom loops. Okay, looks like I must have wrapped the wrong band here. There's like a loose band sticking there, but I'm not going to worry about him right now. We can always hide him later. Alright. Middle set, so the light green. Alright, this set is also 8 loops. Make sure you go through all 8 loops. So there's 2. There's 4, there's 6. Oops. Alright, I think I got all 8 there. Take off that tying band. And then we're going to carefully wrap them around that peg. Okay. All right, one more. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to lift up these 3 sets, so the top loops on these 3 sets. And I'm going to take 2 of the dark green, stretch them across, replace that middle set and this set, and then I'm going to take 1 more of the dark green, and I'm going to put that right on this set, and then I'm going to replace those loops over that. Okay, same thing on the other side. Two bands around there, and then one green on the edge there. And then we're going to replace those loops without letting that band in there go over the peg. Oh my gosh, stay off. There we go. 1, 2. All right. Replace these two loops. Actually, no, there's 4 there. 2, 4, and then these 2. Okay. All right. So now we're going to replace any of these bands that fell off the edges, and we're going to loop up the edges. All right. Okay. There we go. I'm pulling all my bands to the edges. Okay. All right. Put that aside. Next set is almost the same, but toward the top it decreases to 4 rows or 4 columns. So first go down the 2 sides, and then we go down the next ones, and then we do this diagonal, and then down here with the light green. So the light green is going to stop there on the tail, and then the rest is going to be dark. Okay, but down here, right here, I have the light green. Horizontal bands are essentially the same here. Okay, so 2 across every 3 there, and then 2 across every 3 on this side. For up here, what I did was I took 2 and I put them across these pegs, and then a double looped one here. And then this one I did the opposite, so 2 across those 3 pegs and then a double looped one there, and then I put on the edge bands sitting on the edge pegs. Okay. Alright, let's continue our pattern here, what we've been doing. Should kind of get the hang of this now. Shouldn't really be explaining what I'm doing at this point. We should all understand this. Hair keeps getting stuck. Oh, I forgot to put the edge set there. Don't forget to put that loose band on the end, and I have to do that on the other side as well. I forgot that on the other side. 1, 2, 3. Alright, gonna lift this guy up. Put one right there. There we go. Alright, and I'm replacing the ones that fell off these pegs. There we go. Alright, I'm going to loop up the center first. Okay, so I'm getting those light green bands. These diagonals. Okay, now I can go up all the other columns. So I'm going to start with the edge. Oops. Make sure those bands stay around those pegs. Alright, and then we're gonna go up these guys. Okay, tie off these 4 ends. This tail is definitely going to have some volume to it, which is nice. Just gonna pull those out. Okay. All right. This is going to be the next one. All right, so it's 2 at a time all the way down this column. 2 at a time down to here, and then we do the angled ones, the diagonal, and then down. And then here we go down here all the way to the bottom, and then we take 2 going across here and down, and as far as the horizontals, there's 2 across these 3 pegs, 2 across here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, so like a pattern. 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and then for the other ones in here, it's just 1 double looped, kind of like how we did before. Okay. And let's attach that now. Okay. Oh, and then of course the bands on the sides are there too. So those edge bands, don't forget those. Oops. What did I do there? Looks like I missed one. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, what we're going to do here is we're going to lift off these two, and these two. We're going to place 2 dark greens across, and then replace those loops back on. And then we're going to do a double loop in between these 2. So take those 2 off. Take 1 and just double loop it across, and we can replace that. Okay. Alright, now you want to replace all those green ones that came off. Okay. The edges, and we're going to loop up the 2 edges first, the 2 side columns. Oh wait, no, go back, because I didn't attach loose bands there. Ho ho, very important, don't forget that. Lift up this guy and put a loose band on there. Let's do that to the other side so we don't forget that either. Put a loose band on there. There we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we can loop up. Oh my word. Okay. Do the other side. Okay, pause there, go back down to this one. Alright, tile. We're almost there. This is very exciting. Very, very, very exciting. Alright, pull all the edges out. Alright, so let me explain this one. This one is both looms put together, but it's going to be 3 parts, okay? So these 3 rows, or these 3 columns are going to be the next part, and then we have 2 for the next, and then 1 for the last. Okay, so go all the way down this column here at the end, then go here, diagonal, and down here, and then you want to do 2 bands across here, 2 across here, and then straight down. Okay, for the horizontals, it's 2 across every 3. Starting here, you're going to do double looped single across those 3. Double loop single across those 3. Double loop single across here. Double loop, double loop, double loop. And then you're putting your edge bands on. Okay, this one is all the way down. Then we go the diagonal here, and then all the way down, and then double looped in between the 2. Okay, and then the edge bands on those, and then where it's just 1 column, you're going to put 2 loose bands on each peg. So 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, and then this one is just down to here, and then 2 loose bands on each peg there. Okay. Alright, so we're going to start with this part. So I'm going to take off those tying bands and attach the ends. Alright, we're going to take off the top 2 sets. Off of each one, we're taking 2 bands across. And then we got a set on our loose bands. So one goes here, one goes there. Oops, and then we gotta put those loops back over without getting that other loose band around there. This is always the fun part. This is the part that takes me like eons to get. Okay. Alright, now we're gonna loop up the center. Okay. Then I get those 2 and those 2, and now I can go up both sides. I know some of the loose bands are falling off the other parts. It's okay. I will fix that when I get there. doke. Okay, pull your edge sets out. Okay. All right, we're gonna attach to these two pegs. Alright, here we go. Lift off top two loops. Double loop of green across. I'm going to put on our two loose ones and replace the loops back over. Okay, I'm going to loop up this side first. Oops. Then we'll loop up the opposite side. Make sure these all have two loose bands on them. Alright, let's take off this part. And then we're just going to attach this to here, lift the top two off, put two loose bands on there, on that one peg, replace those loops back up top, and then we will loop all the way up. Alright, and then I'm just going to take two more of those dark green and tie a slip knot with two bands. Tie a slip knot with two bands together. And then we can take this off. Alright, the loom can go away. We don't need it anymore for this project. Alright, I'm going to pull all my bands to the sides. The part at the tip of the tail where there's two in each section, just pull one to each side. Alright, so after you do that, at this point you should be wiring the dragon, okay? Keep in mind you don't wire the stomach, you just wire the main part of the dragon, so none of the underside needs to be wired, just the part at the top. If you don't know how to wire the dragon, you can check out my video called How to Wire Your Dragon, okay? It shows you using the Shrek dragon how to do it, but it's the same concept on this guy. Just remember that this guy is big and heavy, so I highly suggest putting two wires down his back and two through each of his wings. For his legs, you might want to do two as well, but one might be fine. One through each leg as well. So check out my video to find out how to do that so that the dragon is posable, and make sure you do that before we attach the stomach in the final part. Right, so go ahead and wire him and then go to the final part and we will attach him. You will also need stuffing for the final part to stuff in his belly. Alright, see you at part 10, the final part. Woohoo!